Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick and I'm a top author trading with over 190k reputation points. In this video, I will be speaking about EURUSD. Now, as usual, to keep the video as educational as possible, first I will be covering the technical aspect of this market. Then we will be moving to the order flow by looking at the commitment of traders, so the COT data, so essentially what hedge funds and the big players in the market are doing and how they're moving their orders. And by the end of the video, by using a combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here for this pair. So this is definitely a video you do not want to miss. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. This is the place to be for high quality free trading education. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight onto the charts. Starting here from the monthly time frame, what we can see is that we have a market which at the moment is testing a quite strong monthly demand and support area. In fact, from here, multiple rejections to the upside have been created. Every single time that the market tested this zone, it got rejected to the upside quite aggressively. And what we can see is that right now the market is heading for another test of this zone. And if the market will go and test this area, there is definitely the possibility to see a potential rejection to the upside being created away from this zone once more, as the market has already done every single time that it tested this area in the past. So on the monthly, everything seems quite bullish. Now, let's go down on the weekly time frame and see what we have. Well, from a weekly standpoint, the structure is quite simple to identify. This area is quite important structure. It was acting as previous weekly resistance here with the creation of this red candle. Then it got broke to the upside and this previous resistance was turned support here. Then again, it was turned support here and respected as support. And now the market is testing once more this same level of weekly support and demand. So there is definitely the possibility to see a potential rejection to the upside being created away from this level. So the weekly time frame as well definitely looks quite bullish. Now let's go down on the daily time frame and see what we have. Well, from a daily standpoint, the situation is quite clear. We have a market which first was trending to the upside quite aggressively, then inverted to a bearish trend. And I also spoke about EURUSD just a few days ago after the market had created this impulse to the downside. And after this impulse to the downside, I explained all the reasons for which we could expect the retest of this area and then the creation of a new daily lower low. And in fact, that is exactly what the market did. And by the way, I will link in description that previous analysis so you can go and check it out for more free education. However, now that the market has created a new lower low, we are really getting close to that support that we have identified on the monthly time frame. And as the market gets closer and closer to that support, the probabilities of a potential push higher start to increase. Now, before we dig deeper into what we have here from a technical perspective on the daily, first, let's go and see what we have when it comes to the order flow, so the commitment of traders, so what hedge funds and the big players in the market are doing. Now, first of all, let's keep in mind that since we are approaching that support area, there is increased probability that we will start to see institutional longing inside of that support. Now, at the moment, we still do not see any kind of institutional longing. In fact, net positions are still getting decreased. We went from having 74.4k net positions down to 31.1k net positions. And obviously, the price has followed with that institutional shorting trending lower. However, 31.1k net positions, as you can see here by the fact that it's so black and so red here on my proprietary software, this means that this is one of the lowest levels that we had, meaning that from here we could start to see an increase. Usually when you see a peak, like for example here when we had the peak to the opposite side, so a bullish peak at 158.7k net positions, then the net positioning started decreasing. Same thing, now that we're reaching a peak to the bearish side, net positions should start getting increased. So this means that as the market is approaching that support area, anytime we could start to see some institutional longing. So we have to be wary because the institutional longing has not started yet, but we need to keep in mind that we are at the peak of the negative net positioning, and we are also approaching that historical support on the monthly time frame. And by the way, if you still haven't, make sure that you join my free Telegram channel, which you find on the screen and also linked in the description, so you never miss new updates. Now, back to the analysis. As I was saying, all this area is quite strong support and demand from a monthly perspective. So this means that we have good probabilities that anytime we could start to see institutional longing, which at that point could push the price higher. So what would I expect in a situation like this? Well, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily time frames combined with the COT data, those are the best time frames when it comes to the directional aspect of the market. However, when it comes to identifying early shifts in the trend of a market, the best time frames for that are the intraday time frames, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what I would expect here is that if this market would shift from an intraday bearish to a bullish market and we start to see institutional longing, at that point, I definitely would not be surprised if we get a potential push higher away from this area. Now, if you want to learn more, I really suggest that you go and check out the transparentfxtrading.com website, which you find linked both in description and on the main page of my YouTube channel. Here, you have the possibility to gain access to the most complete, all-inclusive mentorship program that I have created for you. As soon as you open the website, you will see this video breaking down everything included in the mentorship program. And in the program, you have the possibility to gain access to all my courses and also to the software, so the COT data software, which is exactly the one that we used in this analysis, the trading station software with Telegram signals integration, which puts together everything that you need as a trader all in one interface. You also have the possibility to gain access to one-on-one private mentoring directly with me, so you will have my personal contact. And if you continue to scroll down on the website, you will see that directly from the website, you will have the possibility to register and gain automatically access with the email and password that you will create during the registration process. So at least I suggest that you go and check it out right now. The link is both in description and in the main page of my YouTube channel, and I will see you in it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and also let me know in the comments below any new pairs or topics that you would like me to cover in the next videos. And I'll see you in my next breakdown.